Why do you all carry the same faces?
Deep in the heart of the forest, there exists a village unlike any other. A village where every man, woman, and child wears the same face. No one knows why, and no one remembers a time before the curse. But tonight, you will hear the story of a clever thief named KATO, who wandered into this village and discovered the dark secret behind the curse. This is the story of the village where everyone had the same face. This is a story as told by Afrikanza. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more African history, myths, and fictional stories. Deep in the forest of Lost Path, there lay a village unlike any other. Every person, every child, every elder had the exact same face. Travelers who stumbled upon the village often thought they had lost their minds. The elders say, a single tree does not make a forest, nor does a single face make a village. It was whispered that a dark magic had cursed this land long ago, but none of the villagers remembered life before the curse until one stranger arrived. KATO was a thief, quick, clever, and cunning. He had raided many villages, stealing treasures that no one else could touch. But fate had another path for him. One night, after being chased during a haste, he ran deep into the forest. Losing his pursuers, exhausted, hungry, and desperate, he stumbled upon the village of One Face. KATO whispered to himself, "Perhaps for once, I can belong somewhere." KATO cautiously entered the village. The people stared at him, not in fear, but in curiosity. He realized quickly, their faces were identical.
Why do you all carry the same faces?
Every movement mirrored the other, every expression the same. The elders approached him. One spoke softly, "You are different, but perhaps that is a gift." And so, KATO began living among them, blending in, or at least trying to. That night, as the full moon rose, KATO noticed the villagers' anxious glances. One whispered, "Every full moon she comes, the witch who cursed us." KATO's curiosity burned. He asked quietly, "Who is she and where does she live?" And thus the seeds of his plan began. Long ago, the village had been tricked by a witch. She had cursed them to have one face and promised to return every full moon to claim a sacrifice. The elders said, "The fox does not tell its own tale. It waits for the hunter to find it." KATO realized the villagers lived in fear, but he saw an opportunity to end it. That night, KATO crept into the forest toward the witch's lair. He remembered his dream, a village that would accept him, where he could be more than a thief. And now, he would use his cunning to protect these people and fulfill that dream. But the elders had warned, wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it all. KATO knew he would have to rely on his own skill and his wits. The forest twisted and darkened as KATO approached the crooked hut. Bones and charms hung from the doorway, swaying in the night breeze. Through a crack, he saw the witch, hunched over a glowing staff. She whispered to herself, "Soon I will take them all and rule over every land beyond this forest." KATO's eyes gleamed. The elders say the clever hunter, does not fight the lion when he can remove the lion's teeth. KATO was no warrior. He was a thief, and tonight, the thief would strike. Patiently, KATO waited. The witch left her staff unguarded for only a moment. When she stepped outside, a small noise he created drew her attention, and she ran toward it. KATO moved like a shadow, snatched the magical staff, and vanished into the forest. Behind him, the witch screamed, but it was too late. KATO had the staff. The sun rose as KATO returned to the village. The villagers gasped at the glowing staff. "You have done the impossible," whispered an elder. But fear soon returned. Now she knows, another warned. The witch will come tonight, and she may take all of us. KATO's eyes scanned the villagers. He knew what had to be done. The elders say, when fear touches the heart, the courage must speak louder. The villagers had a full day to prepare. KATO organized them carefully. Men and women set traps along the path. Elders shared knowledge of the witch's ways. Children and the elderly were hidden in safe areas. Scouts watched the forest edges. With each passing hour, fear turned to courage. KATO lifted the staff and told them, "Tonight, we face her together. Courage is stronger than fear, and unity is stronger than magic." Shadows lengthened, and anticipation filled the village. The night would decide everything. The full moon rose, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. The witch appeared, her cloak swelling, eyes burning. "Thief, return my staff or your village will burn." She charged, destroying buildings and burning fields as she chased KATO. He dodged, ran through chaos, and finally fell under her magic strike. She grabbed the staff he carried and laughed. "Finally, my staff is mine again." Her eyes widened in shock. KATO had tricked her. The staff she held was not the real one. Calmly, he ran to a hidden spot, pulled out the original staff and shouted, "Your time is over. Your curse ends tonight." A blinding light surged from the staff. The witch screamed, "Oh no!" Her face twisted in rage, and with one final cry, she vanished into the air, leaving only her wailing behind. Slowly the villagers looked at one another. Their faces returned to normal. The curse was finally broken. Dawn broke over the village. Joy and relief filled the air. KATO held the magical staff, and for a moment, greed tempted him. "With this staff, I could rule, take every treasure, conquer every village." The staff seemed to whisper, "Once a thief, always a thief." KATO's heart wavered, but then he remembered the villagers, their joy, and his dream of belonging. Tears fell. "No, I don't want to be a thief anymore," he whispered. With a mighty strike, he snapped the staff into two, destroying it forever. The villagers cheered, hugging him. They offered him kinship, but KATO smiled. "I am home here. I only want to live among you." And so, KATO stayed in the village, living happily as a commoner. He married, built a family, and for the first time, truly belonged. The elders whispered, "True strength is not in power, but in the courage to do what is right." KATO, once a thief, finally found home, love, and peace. This is a story as told by Afrikanza. If you like this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more African tales, fictional stories, myth, and history. Thank you for watching.